dinner, so we got to make sure our portions are correct. Sometimes I cook way more than needed, so trying to just keep that in mind. That's just a dinner entree portion here. There's better tools to do this, but I'm using what I got right now. I'm gonna envision what we got going on here. I think that for your grain is gonna be pretty good. Okay, move that aside. Turn off the heat. Bring everything to where it's closer to work with. So what we got here, pretty much our whole meal. Let the steam come out. I'm going to take my collard greens, and this is where the fun comes in. This is where the sushi aspect of it. Instead of putting the grains on the inside, or the outside like it would be in sushi, I want them on the plate because I want to build. This is all in the vision. So I'm taking the lemon, very hot, so be very careful and keep that in mind. Very hot coming out here. So I'm going to take my fish. I'm kind of just going to go with it here. Take my fish. We are doing two. I'm doing both at once. Make my sensei proud of me. Okay. Put the collard green on the way here. So take my fish and I'll put that in first. It's the easiest to get to. Got my fish. Next, we're going to take a couple bell peppers and layer them in there. Remember, this is very hot, so not everybody goes in grabbing in a hot pan, but I'm very accustomed to it now. I guess I've toughened my hands up. I'm putting some green beans in here. You don't want to make these too big, so you gotta can't go too crazy with it. And then I'm gonna take the butternut squash I did earlier, had it in big pieces. Then now I'm gonna julienne it down. I can place it in my collard green here. Make a whole different color here. And then finally, I am going to put avocado right across the top. Avocado across the top. Then, trick to this is we bend our stem, which gives it a nice crunch, inward. It also holds your roll together. So we just kind of tuck it just like a burrito. Kind of like, similar to sushi, very similar to a burrito. We just kind of like wrap it Make the steaming of the collard green makes it very, you can do this with it raw, but it's not as easy and pliable to wrap it. So we just keep wrapping it. All right, that one's nice and wrapped. Tuck in the ends a little bit here. It doesn't have to be perfect. As close to perfect as we can get it, of course. And then same thing, just sort of tuck it in, wrap it. You gotta kind of know your limits with this stuff. Like, you can't be too hard with it. You gotta be just hard enough. You can break the wrap, and then pretty much to start all over. So I'm gonna take some Brussels sprouts, strictly because I love the way they taste, and they look so great on the plate. And plus, all the food I'm cooking with here is super antioxidant food. Just great for your body and your mind, and keeps you really, going strong. I believe, it's kind of that's part of it. So I just make a nice design. And grab a couple more Brussels sprouts here. And just kind of layer them around the quinoa, which is a very good grain for your body. It's got a lot of omega fatty acids in it, and it just gives you great energy and great in fiber, as well as collard greens are just really high in fiber and a lot of vitamins in them. So I'm going to cut these at a diagonal for presentation purposes. Just be careful when picking them up. You can see kind of your sushi design on the middle, seeming how you want to. Lay them on each other. All about eating with the eyes, first and foremost. Then if it looks this great, damn well better taste that great. Counting on yourself there. Sometimes you gotta kind of tighten them up. But they have a beautiful design in the middle. It's like sushi. So like this. I always like to garnish with oils, because I've just grown so accustomed to it. I'm going to use flax oil, which is huge in nutrients. So I'm just going to do the front of the Brussels sprouts here. Get a nice healthy bit of that in there. Like, it's almost like a little sauce. Something's a little dry, which nothing is going to be a little dry in this. You kind of just run it through there. And I like to use soy in a lot of stuff where I use tamari, high-end soy. I like to use it in a lot of stuff where I use seafood, because it just adds a tiny bit, it gives you that much needed salt, but it's kind of a bit of a Asian influence, and I like that. Just drizzle it. Like, it's not even on your food, you just use it at your discretion. So kind of just drizzle it in there, and it looks really good. Looks really good with the oil. They kind of just separate from each other. And there you have it. Steamed entree. We have snapper, the avocado, butternut squash, green beans wrapped in a steamed collard green sitting on top of quinoa with Brussels sprouts,